And one thing that you will realize about shifting is that it becomes a lot easier to do the deeper that you go within your journey. Do the work that's needed and you elevate. The higher elevation that you reach, the easier that it will be to do some of these things. When you have blockages, it's like obstacles. All the self-healing, self-work, and all of the negative self-beliefs, all negative energy, all the trauma, anything like that is still needing some work and need to be clear and like to be moved through and moved past and to heal from, you can consider that like an obstacle that's in the way of you having full access to that. And the deeper that you go within this journey, you'll start to realize it, because certain things will become easier to do, a lot smoother to do as well. And that's not to say that just because you're not fully healed that you won't be able to see some of these things happen in action. Even whenever I was at a point where I was not fully healed, there was different things that I've tried and I actually saw that it worked. And that's what also led me to having an understanding that a lot of this stuff is really real. And so, you can also do that, but every person is different. And feel free to let me know down in the comments if what I'm saying actually makes sense, or if you feel that I should try to clarify it a little bit more so that you get more of an understanding about it. I want to know if it's clear enough for you to understand, because I am trying to convey that and like make sure what I'm saying is actually translating in a way that makes sense for you to really grasp what I'm saying. Because a lot of these different people that I've like met, they're at different stages, and a lot of these stages I have experienced in the past, and it's like from my understanding and how I perceive it, it's like I want to tell you any and everything that I can and that I know that is actually going to be beneficial towards you and be beneficial towards your journey and your experience overall. Whatever information that I have that can actually help towards your experience. Another thing that could be holding back your manifestations and, experiencing law of attraction, experiencing the different things, like I said, shifting and all of that, is if you still have some type of doubt. And that is one of the things. If you still don't believe that this is something that is real and something that you can, I think I did mention that, but that's like so important. And that is one of the main important things. Another thing too, so one sign that could be sent to you is to say if you plan to move, and you're gonna, instead of flying, you decide to drive or something. And the day that you decide to move, say your car gets broken into, and prior to that, you had caught like 2 flat tires. And I know that seems very like astronomical or like some extreme example, but that's really how some of this stuff happens, where you might think that it's just regular car trouble, but in reality, it's like when things happen simultaneously like that, like one after the other, it might not be every second one after the other type of thing. It could be days, like, okay, today this happened, 3 days later this happened, 1 day later this happened, that type of thing, where you just consistently keep having issues with something. It's something that you are supposed to be noticing in that moment. There's something that you're supposed to be noticing overall, and it's very important to pay attention to that, because there could be something in the works that's contributing towards you transcending to experience what you want to experience, but trying to take things in your control and do it the way that you want to do it, instead of allowing things to flow how they are. Signs like that could start to show up, like trying to get your attention, like, hey, like, chill, you need to wait, like, it's in the works, it's in the process, you don't have to jump the gun, you don't have to start trying to control everything and do things in the exact way that you want them to happen. Doing that might end up postponing the things that you want, so just allow things to flow. Pay attention to when things happen repeatedly and simultaneously. Synchronicities. Paying attention to synchronicities and things that happen like repeatedly is very important. I feel like the reason why those are the main things and like the most obvious things that are sent in order to catch your attention about certain things is because for human beings, in order for some people to like really grasp certain things, you have to like hear it or have it happen more than once. Just think about like trial and error, how that happens, like, you know, succeeding at things, how you have to fail a lot of times at certain things in order for you to learn and to like move past that. And even relationships, you know, you go through different relationships that may not be successful, but you have gained a lot of knowledge from that to carry on, to move forward in life, and like you grow and progress within your journey. It's the same thing. Like repetition is something that allows people to really digest what's being told to them, and to really grasp and to learn and comprehend what's actually happening. So that's how I perceive why synchronicities, and when things happen repeatedly and repetition, that sort of thing, and it makes a lot of sense why that happens, but that's what you want to pay attention to. That's very important. But if you resonated with anything I spoke about in this video, consider liking, subscribing, and sharing so that this video reaches someone who may also need to hear this message. Thank you and bye.